Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Queer, and this movie is directed by Luca Guadagnino, and this is the same director as the Suspiria remake, probably my favorite horror movie of all time, and he also directed Call Me By Your Name. I thought that was pretty great. I Am Love, I really enjoyed that one as well, and he also did Challengers, a film that also came out the same year as 2024. I really loved this movie, and I want to say I love it almost as much as the Suspiria remake that he did, but I'll have to rewatch Call Me By Your Name because I like them about the same. I'm not sure if I like it better or more than that one or not. And Daniel Craig, I thought he was really great in this movie, and the entire time while watching the movie, I never look at him and think that's James Bond or his character from Knives Out. I always feel as though I'm watching a character on screen, and he's very convincing, and his character is very interesting, and there's lots to interpret from the character. And this movie is very much like a character study, and just exploring everything that you can with this character in 1950s Mexico. And it's a pretty simple story, and you might think it's pretty straightforward, but I will say this much is that this movie is based on a book, and the author of the book, I believe, William S. Burroughs, I believe. And the reason I bring that up, not because I read any of his books or anything, but I was going in just expecting this to be a film that's going to look great because it's Luca Guadagnino, and I really love his movies and the way that they're shot. But also, I kind of heard that those books that are written by William S. Burroughs are kind of crazy and have some weird things in them and are kind of out there, or like, I don't know the best way to describe it, but this movie is kind of crazy at certain points, and especially in the third act, without giving away too much. Just to keep that in mind while watching the movie, is that it's not going to be fully grounded in reality. The music was great in this movie. It was composed by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, the same composers who did Challengers, surprisingly, and doesn't really happen all that often, but I'm glad that they're doing stuff with this director and not just David Fincher. Not that I don't like it when they're collaborating with David Fincher. It's just that I just like seeing their talents being given to different projects. And sure, I can say I don't know all the conversations that went on behind the scenes with this movie, but what I will say about this is that it worked. It definitely added a lot to the experience, and even the licensed music I thought was great, and helped the film overall. And the movie looks really great. There's not a shot in this movie that stood out as bad to me. And I like the parts in this movie where things get crazy. Those are some standout moments for me. They never once felt out of place. Sometimes they're shocking, but I did feel as though it was what the movie was going for, and everything that the movie was trying to communicate was very clear. And it wasn't something I was like, what am I supposed to be interpreting from this? It was always very clear as to what the movie was going for, and they kept it simple and stupid. I was never bored while watching this movie, and this movie is over 2 hours long, 2 hours, 15 minutes, and I personally was never bored with it, and I was always interested to see where it was going. Not because there was much of a plot going on, but rather I was just always interested to see what these characters would do next, or what else would be explored with this concept, and they really do everything that they can, and I don't think there's anything unsatisfying about what we get with the final product in terms of what the movie explores. It could have easily just been going one direction and not giving you anything interesting in all these other directions that it could go, or it goes in all these different directions and touches on them, but it doesn't spend any time developing them. I feel as though this movie balances those things out very well. And this movie was just filled with great characters, and I don't think there's one character that dragged the movie down for me, and even the characters who barely had any lines or screen time, they had a huge impact on the story and the characters and just the overall experience. And I just feel as though the writing for this movie was very strong. And in terms of the directions the plot goes, there isn't really a whole lot to talk about because it's a nice, simple story. It's not anything crazy or complicated or anything like that. But what it explores, I think, works pretty well. And in terms of issues that I had with it, there were some choppy editing choices towards the beginning that I felt could have been handled a bit better. And there were some noticeable visual effects in this movie that didn't look all that convincing. I'm a bit more forgiving on it when it's just trying to be weird and out there, but in something as simple as like showing a plane flying, it just felt very CG land. Like I was very much looking at an effect rather than something that would have been in the environment. And in terms of issues that I had with the movie, that's about it. And I do hope this movie gets a 4K Blu-ray when it comes out on physical media, because that would be nice. I know Challengers did not get one. It just came with a regular Blu-ray or a DVD, and that's it. So I'm hoping this one gets a 4K Blu-ray. If not, I'll be kind of sad to see that happen. But I thought this movie was great. And one thing that drew my attention towards it was A24. They usually distribute a lot of great movies, and this is another one that I loved. And also, this movie is currently on Max, so if you want to check it out, you can easily do so if you have Max. Obviously, there's other places to watch it, but check this movie out. I think it's great. It's not a movie for everyone. Just keep that in mind. It gets a little out there, and it goes in directions that you might not expect. So just have a good understanding of what you're getting into is what I would say about it. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance if this sounds interesting to you. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Queer a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Queer, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Return of the Pink Panther. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.